Hey everybody, I am 22 Tiger Dude and I'm here to review The Hunger Games Catching Fire. This is a sequel to The Hunger Games and it stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Elizabeth Banks, Woody Harrelson, Stanley Tucci, Phillip Seymour Hoffman, and Donald Sutherland. This film is directed by Francis Lawrence, and I actually got to go to a dinner theater to see this film because it opened up in my town. Very awesome, by the way. Comfortable seats. The Hunger Games Catching Fire. I was really excited to see this film. It was one of my most anticipated films of the year. I liked the first Hunger Games, but the sequel I expected to be better. Catching Fire is a very outstanding sequel. I thought this was better than the original. In my humble opinion, the performances all around are just plain terrific. They're stronger, they're deeper than what the original delivered. Jennifer Lawrence is great, Josh Hutcherson is great. There is a huge cast in this film, but everyone involved in this film did a really good job. The storyline was very interesting. You don't go into the Hunger Games until maybe an hour into the film, so it does take a while to finally get to the Hunger Games. Once we get to the games, though, it's really awesome. And the build-up, even to the Hunger Games, was really interesting to me. The film is more darker, goes more deeper with details. The characters feel much more real, more human. You feel for the characters in the original, but in this one, you just care for them twice as more. The direction that Francis Lawrence had for this film, I think he just did a splendid job on how he set up the scenes. The cinematography looks absolutely phenomenal. It looks beautiful. It's smooth. We also go into politics in the sequel, in which I thought that's very interesting because it could connect to our reality, and that's really a credit to Francis Lawrence just setting up all that. I don't know how close the movie is to the book. I've never read the book, but if you guys want to tell me in the comments below how close it is to the book, I would love to hear. The action sequences are just more intense, and yes, the camera is actually more still. I could only think of one scene that's a little shaky, and that's really towards the end of the movie. But you could see what's going on. It's more brutal, it's more darker, it's more mind-gripping, more surprises. I love the structure of the story, how more deep the characters are, how you care for them. Francis Lawrence, you could just tell he cared about the characters and just the overall storyline. As I was watching the screen, I wasn't like, oh, come on, get to the Hunger Games already. Just get to the Hunger Games already. I was just recognizing, and I said to myself, it's taken a while for the Hunger Games to come, but that's not a bad thing. I just noticed that. I love the build-up. I love how they set up to that big event. How they set it up is the most impressive part. They really did take their time with the build-up, in my opinion. It never felt rushed. It is a little bit slow in a couple of moments, but for the most part, the build-up really was paced very well, and I was just so invested in it. My only flaws with Catching Fire is that, like I said, I felt like a couple of times in this film, it does get a little slow, it gets a little boring, and there were a few times where I actually did think the actors were overreacting a bit. Even Jennifer Lawrence, like the few scenes where she's like crying and going, no, no, no. I thought she was like going over dramatic with the scenes. I still thought she was terrific as Katniss. Jennifer Lawrence at this point is Katniss. You could see no other actress portray her, and she just represents the character so damn well. She is just a badass, and come on, it's Jennifer Lawrence. She's an awesome actress. The Hunger Games Catching Fire is a sequel worth watching. In my opinion, it is better than the original. It has a darker storyline. It has characters that you care about more than the original. They feel more real. You got to learn a little more about the characters. The action sequences are splendid. The cinematography looks beautiful. Performances are very well done. The writing and direction is very good. And it has an ending that really surprised me. A better ending than what the original, because one of my issues with the original is that they really rushed the ending. And here, the ending, it had a good pacing. It was smooth, not rushed, not slow, just a surprise. And it just has me excited for Mockingjay Part 1, Part 2. Hunger Games Catching Fire is absolutely outstanding, and I am going to give this film 3.5 out of 4 stars. Subscribe to my channel, comment your opinion on this film, like and share this video, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I am 22 Tiger Dude. Don't forget that I will always have Tiger Power!